I'm so high up, I'm like, how niggas really getting down? I could never have a kid, then be out here still kidding around, boys playing around. Where you really wanna take it now? I got $150,000 for an after party, and I gave it to the killies just to break it down. Bring us up, I never take us down, but if you bring me up, then they might take it down. Fake fuck with me back then, but it's getting hard for you to fake it now. Fuck being rich when I'm 40, man, I'm trying to make it now.
Hell no, never let these niggas ride your wave. No, no way, no. Never let these niggas ride your wave. No, no way, no. Park the beam just to ride the rave. $10 million gotta hide to save. Michael Phelps with the swim moves. Michael Jordan with the tennis shoes. Quavo, young nigga, I invented you. Ike Turner with the left hand. Griselda Blanco with the trap move. Gangland with the right hand. Undertaker with the tattoos. Never listen to the classroom. Switch it up, they bit the last move. I'm a magnet for bad bitches. You got the going outside bitches. I spent the 50 on a chain. You spent your last 50. I got the key to the streets. You got the key to defeat. I got the key to the war zone. You got the key to the peace. Hell no. Never let these niggas ride your wave. No, no way, no. Never let these niggas ride your wave. No, no way, no. Hard to beam just to ride the rave. $10 million gotta hide to say.
We gon' go live, we gon' go live, yup. We gon' go live, we gon' go live, yup. Getting loose, yeah. Off a Henny Rock and a Henny Goose, yeah. Ocean deep in my swimming pool, yeah. Throwing dead prayers in my living room, yeah. Taking shots, feeling bulletproof. Flood my roller, told my bitch, let's go snorkel. Out in Portland, trying to get in her organs, yeah. No, I did not sign with Jay, but I still send a tidal wave, yeah. I might just go get the fade, buy the do-rag and just tidal waves, yeah. It's lit at the crib, you can stay. Me and Dre kick like kid and play, yeah. The way that she serving that cake, I gotta sit back and digest. I guess, for the fuck shit, I'm biased. I mix, double the cup when I stress. Got my mama out the basement, that's a different type of facelift. Remix be about the bracelets, don't hit us asking what the wave is.
Hell no, never let these niggas ride your wave. No, no way, no. Never let these niggas ride your wave. No.
Today, we're going to talk about the NBA draft, craft up winners on the diamond, and let's cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. Well, Jovan, the Orioles have now lost 7 games in a row. What a fucking joke. 15-31, more than 15 games under 500. You just got swept by the Nats. I haven't seen the Nats sweep a team, let alone the Orioles, I don't think in my lifetime. I'm all for reading a good book in the off season when your fucking feet are in the sand and you don't have a baseball game to worry about. Mid-season when you got a 6 ERA, fucking lock in, buddy. Put the books down. Grab a baseball. Hit the fucking treadmill, Trevor.
Which the Cubs are a team where if you give them like a single-pronged approach, simple approach with the plate, they can only key in on one pitch, which with Nick Abel is exactly what you have to do. They have been demolishing those pitchers every single time they see it. They ain't stopping now. I'm buying in. We're seeing a shootout.
320 feet. I could hit a ball that far. I mean, when do we normalize celebrating pop-ups? Aaron Judge, typical me guy move. Hitting a nuke there instead of just putting the ball in play. And look, he didn't make the dimensions of the park, but he decided to play in them, and that shit pisses me off.
I got too much to live, no time to forget. New chrome, yeah, I got this shit on my head. You grown, shit, no, I don't got time for this. Alone, you just wanted something.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 720 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by SeatGeek. If you're going to the ballpark this weekend, where are you getting your tickets at? Easiest question of all time. You're going to freaking SeatGeek. You're plugging in code Bookit10, and you're getting your discount, and you're getting your sick tickets. Go check out SeatGeek, promo code Bookit10. Get a discount on your tickets over there at SeatGeek, the best ticket purchasing app out there by far. Go check it out. Jovan, back. Good to be back.
Two words.
Yeah. What's up, chat? You guys are splooging already. We got some YouTube chats rolling in. We got Brocky Sponge. We got Sterna holding down the YouTube chat like a fucking cohesive unit. We got 69 nice. All right, Krabs, let's talk about the 9th inning tie game. Judge pop up with the bases loaded. Don't worry, 69 nice. We are going to talk about it as we get a 10-unit sub-splooge from Sade Whiteman. Let's fucking go, Sade.
Sade, fuck.
Atta babe.
Sade just knows how to
Sade's
set
pretty
the
happy we're
tone.
back.
Yeah,
Setting it.
Always is. Goated.
Setting the tone. Let's go, Sade. Looks like somebody's happy we're back. Daniel said need a mini Meg. Trying to be responsible, Daniel. Let's see. We'll see.
Big one soon.
The way you guys are acting in chat, though, you might deserve one. Sade, you're him, bro. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you had a good week. Sorry we didn't have BTL the last couple of days. I was on the move. I was getting mobile. We got Prime Bets coming in, resubbing. DeGrominates, he says. Sure. Surely that goes well for DeGrom at what, minus 150 today?
Like that good.
Jesus.
Fuck you, Prime.
Surely DeGrom at minus 150 pays against Bryce Young on the bump for the Orioles. Surely
it's probably
that pays.
free, dude. Probably air.
Well, Bryce Young.
Not Bryce.
Bryce. When he gets the ERA below his 6 scoots, I'll call him by.
He's made one start.
Yeah, people forget he was.
It was that Reds game before Mother's Day.
Favorite. He was a favorite against Hunter Green at that start.
Yeah,
I remember.
Just insane.
I remember. Yeah, we'll see, Prime. We'll see. Am I moving to San Diego? No, Big Cheesy. Just visiting my sister, bro. Unbelievable city. Elite city. Might be the best city I've ever visited, to be honest with you. I mean, just an unbelievable place. Unbelievable place. Beach vibes, great foods. And the Nats won. I mean, what else could you ask for?
Yeah,
what else could you ask for? I mean, Josh Bell's hitting nukes. Josh Bell revenge game. Nobody was talking about it except for me. What do you know? Nuke on a pitch above his head. How fucking about it, chat? How about it? Canadian Goots. I mean, unbelievable game. Dude, that park was loud as shit. That park was loud even after we were up like 5-1 or something, 5-0. And the Padres started coming back, creeping back a little bit. That place was rocking. They were loud. The fans were goods. But then at the end, you know, when James Wood hit that fucking nuke halfway up the foul pole and Josh Bell hit that home run to left field, it was in the second deck on a pitch above his head. Everybody immediately left the stadium. It was crazy. Like everybody just got up at the same time and left. And like the handful of Nats fans that were there stayed. But man, what a game. What a stadium. Could not recommend the stadium more. That might be the best ballpark I've been to. I'll say it. Might be the best ballpark I've been to. Yeah.
Crowny.
Yeah. It's going to be tough to beat that. I know everybody was responding saying, oh, you got to go to San Francisco. Haven't heard anybody ever say go to San Francisco the last 5 years. I've heard people say stay away from San Francisco, but the stadium does look elite. So maybe it's better, but it'd be hard to believe that, to be honest with you. Jovan, the vibes were immaculate. The food was great. They had these nachos, these steak nachos, maybe the best food I've gotten in a ballpark. Straight up.
Really?
They were so good, dude. So good. I'm going to need to go back there, chat. I'm going to need to go back. Great city. Great people. Everybody was nice out there. I mean, we went to this place, Bubs, before the game. It was great. Walked right in to the stadium. They give away 40,000 bobbles there because their owners aren't fucking poor as shit. And they don't make you get there an hour and a half early like a scam like the Nats do to get your bobblehead. No, they give it to everybody in there because they're good, inclusive people. And I got the Tatis bobble. Let's go.
Goated.
Come on.
Literally had that damn near that same bet flip. Probably
Come
one
on.
of if they weren't down $1 billion in the ninth.
I don't even know if I want to open this thing. I might just leave it in the package, keep it safe and secure, but it's pretty cool. If you guys haven't seen it on Twitter, I think the bat like moves or something.
Yeah, like
Twirls.
twirls.
Yeah. Yeah. If I was a Padres fan, I'd have this on my desk, but I think I'll just keep it safe. Keep it locked away.
You can keep it right next to that James Wood bobble you got reserved for Goots once he says attitude and finally gives up on the Red Meat Orioles.
How many times I got to tell Goots, all he's got to do is say,
well,
#Natitude.
If he
That
didn't
James
strike
Wood
out,
bobble's on the way.
if he didn't strike out bases loaded yesterday, or maybe did he have an RBI walk? He had an RBI walk.
Hit an RBI walk with the bases loaded. What are you talking about?
If he hit a nuke, potentials for Natitude. But
Okay. All you got to do is say Natitude, Goots. That's all you got to say.
I just did.
No, we got to say #Natitude.
Okay, got it. Sorry.
That's all you got to say.
Yeah, not doing that.
How many games the Orioles got to be under 500 for you to do that?
I will root for the Orioles until I'm in the ground.
Yep. Good man. Never change. Although that bobblehead certainly at least moving the needle a hair. It's got to be moving the needle a hair, right?
I don't know. I got a better one here. Adley Rutschman.
Okay.
Just horrible.
Switch hitter.
Horrible bobble.
So.
Well, Goots, you know what they're giving away on Saturday at Camden Yards? Are you hip?
I'll be there.
The Cal Ripken bobble?
Iron Man Cal Ripken.
Goots, you get me a Cal Ripken bobble, and I will give you that James Wood bobble.
No, I want the Tatis one.
We're not getting the Tatis bobble. That's bobble of the year. That
How
just
about
won the
this
poll. Bobble of the year.
How about 2023? AL
Wow.
Connor Henry.
That has potential to be maybe worst bobble of all time.
Okay. I mean, come
Really good throw by him at
really
shortstop yesterday. Really
Really
good throw
bad.
home.
on. If I can get an extra Cal Ripken bobble,
What was that
I'll-
noise, Goots?
I'll take the James Wood bobble.
Goots, if you get me a Cal Ripken bobble, I'd give it to my Mima. I'm not even keeping it for myself. Things are bigger than that. I give it to Mima. Okay? I'll give you the James Wood bobble. Signed, sealed, and delivered. I'll sign it myself.
I'll try my
I
best.
don't know why you'd want that, but I will.
James Wood
try my
bobble
best.
signed by Krabs.
I will make the trades.
I'll try my best.
You go pry a Cal Ripken bobble out of some girl's hands at the game, Goots. Make it happen. Go make a trade. Go barter. Say, this is bigger than us. I got to get that James Wood bobble. Make it happen, Goots.
I'll
Okay?
try
I
my
believe in
best
you.
because it's probably going to be packed as mom to the brim.
It's probably going to be, people are talking. That's actually second best bobble of the year. It was honorable mention.
I mean,
The Cal Ripken Iron Man bobble. That's
it's-
fucking sick. Is it a Tatis
number one.
bobblehead? No.
it's number one,
close.
and then the Adley golf one in September is going to be real sick too.
Who wants that?
I do.
That's
I want
bad. That's bad.
I want.
Oh. Yeah, Jovan, how did the show tournament go?
Really bad. Really bad.
Okay.
I won't even say really bad because the game was close after a bit. I'm running into top 50 players in the world here after.
Okay.
I mean, I technically
Wait,
go
so-
2-0 before that, but it was a really rough 2 innings I had.
Okay. So the first game, the guy didn't show up. You won.
First two.
What happened in the second game? Oh, no
First
way.
two. Same shit.
You're probably thinking, holy smokes, I'm about to just get a handout to the ship.
I mean, I knew I wasn't going to get that far, but the fact that my first actual game ended up being a top 50 player in the world was just bad. Really bad.
Okay. What was the final?
7-3.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Wasn't that bad, but it was just he had 2 innings. I think all of his runs came in 2 innings, and it was BP those couple innings.
All right. TCU Frogs in Moose. Chat saying, look, he put up a good fight. He's playing against the pros. Give him a break.
That dude I think made it to the semis maybe of the whole thing.
Yeah, who won? The best fucking
I don't
MLB
know.
The Show player of all time?
Yeah, pretty
Probably.
much.
Do all
I don't
teams
know.
do this, or was it just the Rays who were running this?
I don't know. I assume there's more than just the Rays doing it, but I hadn't seen any team do it. And the second I saw it across the feed, I was like, let me hop in.
Murphy Chad said Little Man won. Can you confirm?
He did not win, unfortunately. Would have loved to see him. If the Angels do some shit, I assume he's in there.
Yeah. Back to Malik asking the right questions in the chat, saying, fellas, are you going to talk about the NBA draft towards the end? Yeah, we're going to go over the Sharp report here in a moment, and then we're going to talk about the NBA draft, kind of in the middle/end, and then we're going to go through the rest of the MLB slate, and then craft up a squad ride. That is the game plan for today. Okay? Krabs, once the Nats first pitch, he'll log in MLB The Show for 80. I mean, yeah, you want to see me grind, Canadian Goots? You let me know when that Nats tourney is. Keep your ears and eyes peeled. Okay, you let me know.
Yeah, that
Dubs.
Imagine Krabs won the Nats tournament, gets to throw out the first pitch. Be unbelievable.
Yeah, it'd be fucking 80 right down the cock fan. It look like those pitches are thrown to Aaron Judge, bro.
Patty C comes back just to catch it for you.
If I could make one more request, it'd be Patty C back in it.
Yep.
Give him the W jersey with the American flag script on the inside that we only wear for the 4th of July. Give me Patty C behind the dish, and I'm throwing 85 plus.
85.
Patty C, if you had a choice, Patty C or Zimmerman catching you?
Zimmerman. Come on.
Figured.
Zimmerman. That's
Figured.
second favorite athlete of all time, probably, besides Phil Mickelson.
Wow.
I'll give you a harder one. Zimmerman or K-Bart Ruiz?
Bro, we can't be making K-Bear jokes. He just took one off the fucking noggin. And then he's talking to the media today. He's like, I got 2 kids I got to worry about. I can't go out there and play right now. We're like, K-Bear, we don't give a shit if you're playing right now. Get healthy, but you suck. Put him on the fucking 15-day, put him on the 30-day IL, hit the reset. Use this as an excuse. But he got drilled with a foul ball at the game I was at. I didn't even see it. Apparently he had a lump on his head. It's like, Jesus, dude.
All it means is that you got
There's
the
worse catchers in the league. I can name one, Gary Sanchez. Really bad
yeah.
catcher.
Gary Sanchez has been mucking Platt,
He's
hasn't he?
mucking Platt, but he is a turtle when it comes to tagging a player. Turtle.
I have so much to talk about now that chat's getting me going here. And I'm remembering all these things over the last couple of days. How about the freaking Jose Ferrer saxophone video from my guy Dan Coco, the fill-in color analyst, or the fill-in play-by-play analyst on TV for the Nats. Dan Coco posting a video of Jose Ferrer playing the saxophone on the baseball diamond only a few hours before the game. And then he goes in and gives up a grand slam 3 hours later.
It's horrible.
How about that?
Horrible.
How about that?
He might like legitimately be the worst reliever in baseball. People are
Giovanni. Would you believe me if I told you he's the only left-handed reliever on the fucking roster right now?
I mean, yeah. Well, I would know that because you've told me that before, but it's just insane. Like at this point, bring Poche back.
Thinking? What are they thinking having one lefty and it's Ferrer? I've never heard of a team carrying one lefty in the bullpen. That makes zero sense.
Yeah,
I've never even heard of that.
Really bad.
Oh, man. Fucking practicing the saxophone instead of pitching. What are we doing?
Bad.
What are we doing? By the way, the saxophone clip sounded like shit. He's got a lot of work to do. He's got a lot of work to do. I don't know what was worse, that pitch with the bases loaded, gave up a grand slam to Max Muncy, or Jose Ferrer playing the saxophone. Bless his heart. He's got a lot of work to do on both sides, on the mound and with the sax. It's facts.
Really horrid. Really horrid.
It's facts. Yep. We got Pip lurking in the YouTube. What's up, Pip? Sure we can. What's up, fellas? Any thoughts on the Pirates-Brewers early game at 2 p.m.? Don't you worry. We will talk about that game and the other early starts. I think it's just Pitt, Milwaukee, and Arizona, Chicago. We'll get into those here in a moment. I got one more story to tell you guys, and then we'll do the recaps. Oh. Yeah, we do have two. Okay. San Diego trip, by the way, cannot recommend San Diego, the city, and that ballpark more. I mean, I've already slept it enough, but unbelievable experience. If you're thinking about going to that ballpark, do it. It's worth it. And make a vacation out of it. Walk around San Diego. It's fucking sick. It's fucking sick. Okay? I met Kevin Franzen, our other commentator. Speaking of Dan Coco, I met our color commentator, Kevin Franzen. Walked up to the seats. He was sitting right there mucking a big old burger. The biggest, greasiest fucking, it looked delicious. Giant smash burger. He was mucking it, talking to his buddy before the game. And by the way, this was like 35 minutes before the game. And he's just sitting down there in the seats, man of the people. I go up to him, interrupt him mid-burger chew. Go, hey, Mr. Franzen, huge fan, huge Nats fan. Any way I could get a pic? He looks at me like I'm fucking crazy. I'm asking this guy to get a fucking picture like people give a shit about the Nats commentator. Mid-burger. The guy's just trying to eat his fucking meal in peace. I honestly feel kind of bad. But yeah, I went up there and I asked him. He was very nice. He took a minute. He like cleaned himself off. He fucking chewed his last bite. Gave the rest of the burger to his buddy to hold for a second, and we got a selfie. And then he didn't talk to me the rest of the time. And I walked away. He was pissed. But a good dude for taking a pic with me. I will say, Kevin Franzen, I was chirping you on Twitter about 3 hours before this picture, and I quote tweeted the tweet of him replying. He replied to me. You guys can go check the Carfax on Twitter. I quote tweeted him replying when I said, I made a joke. Remember when Dave Martinez said it's never the coach's fault? Yeah. Well, the Nats had a couple brutal calls, back-to-back nights. Coco and Franzen were getting kind of roasted on the feed. I felt kind of bad. And I made a joke saying it's never the commentator's faults. And he responded, he goes, it's not. And I quote tweeted it with the picture. I did gas him up though, but I could tell he was kind of pissed. He was kind of pissed. Still a good dude. I'll give him some credit, a man of the people. He put down a delicious burger to take a selfie with me. Good guy. Good guy. Not a lot of people would do that. Former player, right? He'd probably tell me to kick rocks. He did. He got a flick with me. Good dude, Franzen. Commentator, some work to do. Good dude, though. Good dude.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable.
Unbelievable park, dudes. And yeah, Peg, I did see it. I did see it. You think he would have acted that way if he wasn't mid-muck? No, I literally just blame it on the muck. I think he would have been a little bit nicer and probably talked to me a little bit more if I didn't interrupt him mid-meal before the game.
Yeah, dude was...
So that's on me.
Blasting Berg.
Dude, like, the biggest burger. I should have got the burger at the game, but I got those nachos. And by the way, those nachos, elite chat, the tri-tip nachos at the Padres game, maybe the best food I've had at a ballpark. Elite. The best. But yeah, he was shocked probably that I went up and even recognized him in an away park. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. Okay. Got one more thing to bitch about to you guys. You probably won't mind. Goots, give me a second here. You want to recap first? And then we'll go into Steam Krabs. Why don't we go and recap from Friday briefly and show you guys how we did? You want to show the recap, Scoots? Or
decades ago.
Boom.
W Snakes.
Boom. Great call, Jovan. Great call on the Snakes. They made us earn it with Zach Gallen, but they came through and they put up a bunch of runs.
He's bad.
He might suck. And he's
Shout
pitching again today.
Up 2 touchdowns.
Yep. Sharp report from Friday. We'll show you guys that as well here. Pretty solid. Jovan, great day.
Like that?
Sure.
Shout out Gallen.
How many did Gallen even end with?
5, I think.
Oh. Jesus. Oh. Brutal. Okay. Solid day overall. I carried with the squares and you carried with the straight bets. Good shit.
Sure.
Good shit.
That White Sox.
Shout out CJ Abrams, by the way.
Just ridiculous.
Wow, I forgot until right now. Yeah, the White Sox had 7 runs in the first 2 innings, I believe, maybe 3.
Yeah.
And then the final score was 7-1.
Oh. Almost full bagels from the Jays. Whole game was just
crazy,
unbelievable.
Dudes. And they had to add 1 for good measure for no reason and still went
Of
on.
course.
That's even worse. And they're getting shut out. Okay. All right. I do have something to bitch about here real quick. W recaps, W goots. Okay. I got something to bitch about. You guys probably aren't expecting this today, but I think it's deserving. Goots, run that shit. I'm trying to bitch. Jovan, Aaron Judge always seems to have the craziest timing with shit like this, my man. The craziest timing. You remember last year when the Yankees were struggling and him and Giancarlo Stanton were just at the U.S. Open tennis event at 1 a.m. and they were showing him on TV in the middle of a slump? I remember. I do. I keep track of this shit. Unbelievable. And now in the midst of the biggest slump of the Yankee season, Aaron Judge thinks, oh, yeah, now's the time to go get a new piece. Are you shitting me? This is the type of stuff I'm talking about, chat. Could not be less dialed in on the mission, could not be less focused on the diamond. He's worried about diamonds around his neck, not winning on the diamond. Jovan, the Yankees are 3-7 in their last 10 games. And Aaron Judge thinks, oh, now's the time to make it all about me. Oh, textbook move by Judge. Textbook. I don't know if he's trying to distract from how bad the Yankees have been of late. I don't know if he's just, not hitting too well the last couple of weeks and says, I want people to recognize me and look at me again. Oh, look, I'm Aaron Judge. Oh, I was hitting 400 a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm hitting 360 because I'm slumping. Maybe that's what it is, Jovan. I don't know.
Maybe it's what you need, though. If he's distracted and not locked in and slumping at the plate, go buy 5 chains or get gifted 5 chains. That's what it takes.
Or you could go hit the cages and try to get out of your slump.
Cages.
That's what I would do.
No, keep wearing the chains because guess who's 1 game back in the AL East right now because Judge has not been incredibly locked over the past couple weeks. The Yankees have been bad. The Rays. So keep buying those chains.
Jovan, the Yankees are about to get swept by the Cincinnati Reds. And Aaron Judge is out here focused on his new piece. Letting it hang out for everybody to see, everybody to talk about. Oh, everybody look at me. I'm Aaron Judge. I'm 6'7". I was hitting 400 a couple weeks ago, and I hit home runs with, juiced baseballs. And everybody look at me, my new chain. I bet. Wouldn't you be more worried about the team struggling in their biggest slump of the season? I would. That's all I would give a shit about right now is stopping the problem. Well, maybe Aaron Judge is the problem because he's hitting 200 with his new chain. And I'll be tracking the stats. Already am. He's 1 for 5.
The way you're tracking chain stats.
He's batting 200 Mendoza line, Jovan, with his new chain. I've had about enough of Aaron Judge being a me guy. I talk about it all the time. Put the ball in play. Don't make it all about yourself, hitting all these home runs, making all the highlights about you instead of your team. How do you think his teammates feel? when he's slumping, when the team is slumping, and he goes, oh, I know it'll fix it. Not taking more reps, not a pump-up speech in the playoffs when the team needs the most, or just a pump-up speech in general to get him out of a slump. How about a new chain for me? Oh, everybody look at me, my new piece. The most Aaron Judge, me guy move I've seen all season. Surely that helps as they're about to get swept by the Reds and have lost 7 of their last 10 games. Oh, impeccable timing as always for the captain. Impeccable timing. Just like his sub 200 batting average in the playoffs. Impeccable timing there. When the lights are bright and they need him most, he doesn't come through. Just like with the bases loaded last night in extra innings to give his chance to give his team a chance to get a win. He pops up to the infield. So not clutch, so not locked in. Aaron Judge is the problem. If he wasn't such a me guy, maybe the Yankees wouldn't be struggling like this. Worried about the wrong shit. Unbelievable timing to break out the gavel chain.
Loki, fire ass chain though. Fire ass chain.
I disagree.
I'll say it.
I disagree.
Go to chain. That shit's hard.
That's a me guy chain.
It might be a me guy chain, but it's hard.
You want to know a hard chain? CJ Abrams alien chain.
That one is also that's one of the better chains in the game.
That's hard. Aaron Judge gavel chain. Aaron Judge, you're about to get swept by Cincinnati, and you're hitting 200 in the new chain. Good fucking luck, buddy.
Hey, let's not.
Good luck.
The Reds are goated. You're talking about them like the White Sox.
You're the Yankees. But you're the Yankees. You're the best team ever. You got to beat the Reds. You kidding me?
Playoff team.
They're about to get swept.
They probably get swept. Lost series, though.
If anybody wants to send me a crab chain, you let me know.
Crab chain would be hard.
Any jewelers out there?
It'd be hard. The little steam crabs. The steam crabs chain.
Any local jewelers in the chat? Let me know. Hit my line.
Hit up Houston. Go to Houston. Go get some ice.
God, Aaron Judge had a chance last night to give his team a win. And instead of focusing on locking in, putting the ball in play, getting a base knock, giving his team a lead, he's worried about what piece he's about to rock. Give me a break. Me guy Judge. Me guy move.
Got it. Need some more me guy moves.
Quinn, he has not been wearing that. It's a brand new chain. Check Twitter. Check it. Debut yesterday. He's hitting 200 in that puppy.
Puppy. Could be huge.
I'm done yapping about Aaron Judge. It's taking up enough of our time. Such a fucking me guy, man. How about you get a chain with all your teammates on it? That's what I would do.
You get him a Ben Rice chain?
Yep. I get him a Ben Rice chain.
Got it. Ben Rice chain.
You want to show your teammates you care about winning, you care about them? You put them on a chain. That's what I would do. Yep.
That'd be good.
All right, let's move. Let's groove. Before we get into the Sharp report, sorry, Gates, I should have told you this beforehand, but let's take a peep at the 2 games starting up kind of soon for the peeps, real quick.
Okay? People are bitching about these games.
The people want plays. Do you blame them? I don't.
I do.
I don't.
I do.
Okay. Well, you got Skeens versus Mizorowski. I mean, that's game of day today. I mean, come on. Yep. 2 absolute beasts. 2 young guns on the bump, Paul Skeens and Mizorowski. The line's moved like 10, 15 cents towards Milwaukee. People probably bet Milwaukee streak, right? But before that, he was literally like perfect. He was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Everybody's back in the new gun up there on the bump. I think I'm the guy. I'm the best young arm in baseball. I think he goes out there and outpitches this Mizorowski kid. I thought about taking the Pirates on the ML. I thought about putting him in the Sharp report, but whenever I put an early play in, it's always cake. So I'll stay off. But I certainly like Paul Skeens to go out there and say, you know what? Nobody's talking about me enough. Everybody's talking about this Mizorowski kid. Everybody's talking about Livy Dunn buying my cards. Enough is enough. Put your fucking foot down, Paul Skeens. Make him talk about you. Straight up. Are we forgetting how good this guy is? I know I make jokes all the time talking about he's washed, right? You guys know I'm fucking around just because he changes approach up there on the mound, and he's not as much of a strikeout guy. He's trying to last longer in the MLB. Smart man, right? Just because he's doing that doesn't mean he sucks. I'm making jokes saying he's washed because he doesn't get 10 plus strikeouts because Trent has that future. It's hilarious. But Paul Skeens going to remind people how good he is today. And seeing him open up minus 125, I care more about that than the Brew Crew catching steam. The Pirates suck. The Brewers are almost 10 games over 500 now, Jovan. Pirates suck. And they open up minus 125 against the new shiny toy in baseball, Mizorowski. Yeah, I like Paul Skeens. I like the Pirates on the ML. If you're scared about the Pirates bullpen, I don't blame you. Take him first 5. I think Paul Skeens outpitches this kid.
Yeah, I'm down for a first 5er in the Pirates. I'm with you on that.
Okay. Is that how you play it? First 5 ML or first 5 minus a half?
Yeah,
Probably ML.
first 5 ML.
Okay.
I
agree. And I'm down to get involved, to be honest with you. I'm down to get involved. Chat, you guys want a responsible early wager? You take the Pirates first 5 ML. I'm going to lock that puppy in. Okay? Dubs. YGF Taylor coming in, dropping a resub. Let's play some winners on the sub Annie. 38 months from YGF Taylor. You're fucking him. Let's go.
Taylor.
Come on. All right. A lot of discounts people are saying in the chat. We can go over those too.
Let's drop some fat platter.
Okay. YouTube chat saying it's lagging. If you guys are having problems, try hitting the reset button or try coming over to the Twitch if YouTube's giving you issues. Okay. Not seeing any problems in the Twitch chat yet. Okay. At Bookit Sports. Super easy to find. All right. Make your way over there. W's. Yeah. If you close out the stream and pull it up again, you guys should be good. Okay. All right, Jovan. What about Arizona and Chicago? Shout out the D-backs. We literally took them with Gallen on the bump on Friday for the last squad ride. It cashed. We going back to Zach Gallen and the D-backs here today, or is he just dog shit?
I think he might just be bad.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. So I'm kind of good. I think they probably win, but I don't really know if it's going to be because he pitches all that incredibly well.
Okay. Wow. Now, wait a minute. We got some subbies flowing in. We got Auto Gelato coming in, resubbing. We got Nada Mush coming in, dropping a 5-unit whale. Let's go, Mush.
Mush sighting in this economy.
I know. I'm blown I couldn't link up with him, but he did give me some good recs. W Mush. If you didn't listen to it already, you can go back and rewatch on the YouTube if you want. I was gassing up your city for like 5 minutes. One of the best places I've ever visited, bro. It was fucking awesome out there. W Mush, W San Diego. Okay, way to hold it down out there, bro. Let's go. And now I know why he calls everybody Bub. Because the bar everybody goes to before the games is called Bubs. It's all starting to add up, Jovan. That's why Mush calls everybody Bub. Yep. Yeah, Mush, I'll be out there again, bro. That place is fucking sick. W's. Appreciate the subbies as well. You're him. We got a hype train moving and grooving. If you would have told me we'd had a hype train today, I'd say you're probably lying. We got a hype train on Wednesday, level 3. How about it?
Sure.
Let's fucking go. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Arizona, Chicago. He might just suck, Jovan's saying. Well, the total in this game has dropped from 9 to 8. Weird.
Pretty weird.
Right?
I would say opener is a little high, though, I would say. Even though Gallen's been absolute nuck. But I don't know.
I mean, he's been terrible, dude.
God awful. So, I mean, maybe pitch is okay. I mean, the White Sox have also scored 1 run in the first 2 combined games of the series. So that probably has something to do with it. But I don't know. It screams like one of those games that shouldn't be like a Gallen walk fest, but turns into it somehow, some way.
Wow. Yeah, I can see that. And right now, Jovan, I'm seeing Mark Scar coming in, giving 5 subbies for the peeps. Let's fucking go, Mark. Let's go, Mark. Atta boy. Hype train level 4, folks. Get involved. Bullpen isn't even that moose anymore. It just got shelled yesterday. Should be a good bounce back. Rav is saying, ooh, Rav might like full game.
Still pretty moose. Still bottom half of the league.
Let's go, Mark. W's. Appreciate you, Beast. BTL getting hype trains while Trent's packing fried chicken with J-Dub. I'm going to need to break down that one, Gates.
Putting fries in bag. I think he's in OKC at Canes or something, doing like the championship promotion stuff.
Sure. Okay. Rumor has it Rav is stepping up to the plate, though, today, and he's hosting Surge. People are talking.
Rav returned from the 365-day IL.
Krabs got to go to the Blinko Burrow across from Bubs next time. Fun spot to sit outside before the game. Dude, I saw that place, the Blind Burrow. It had a like a donkey as a logo, I believe. I walked by it. I was like, what is this place? It looked cool. W Big Cheesy. Can you confirm that's the same place? Okay. Let's go, Rav. Appreciate you hosting the Surge stream, my man. Okay. Dubs. What's up, Vincent? Good to see you guys all lurking in the chat. You guys are back. You're happy BTL is back. Apologies for being off the last couple of days, but we're locked in. Let's finish this week strong. Okay? Let's keep moving that damn hype train. All right? I think Cola asked, what's up, Jupe? Cola asked the In-N-Out verdict. Did not get In-N-Out on this trip, but I'll tell you what I always say. In-N-Out's good. I respect their game. I respect that they keep it cheap. I respect that it's fresh. Do I love the taste, though, that much? I think it's a little overrated. I'll be honest. I think it's a hair overrated. It's solid. If you get it animal style, if you gas it up a little bit, if you change it up, you do the secret menu, sure, it's solid. But let's not act like the fries aren't dog shit. And you shouldn't have to add all these special secret recipes to make something good. I think it's a little bit overrated.
Dude. It's like it's good.
A little bit overrated.
It's just like it's not the savior of the world, like everybody from out west tries to say.
Yeah,
their fries.
I get it. They're biased.
Literal shark tail, dude. I'm good.
I mean, give me a potato, and I could probably make better fries in my kitchen right now. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. Also, we're not going to talk about this fucking baseball that I got at the game.
Hilarious baseball. That could be like an all-time horrific poll.
Are you kidding me?
All-time horrific poll.
Alex Dickerson.
How much was that, Krabs?
$60.
And that's just a horrible,
it's a scam.
Horrible $60.
It's a scam. Like, how are they okay with that?
Might as well have bought, 3 beers with that and called it a day? 3 or 4?
Yeah, I mean, the beers are, I felt like I was in DC still. The beers were $20 a pop. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh, they have, by the way, holy smokes. Goots, I know you're pissed. We got to get to the Sharp Report here. We will in a minute. But I think I found the best beer besides Spotted Cow that I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah. Trent would like this one too. It's called Mango Cart.
We're just discovering Mango Cart, Krabs.
Mango Cart.
Krabs,
Dog.
that's literally been around for ages.
Dog.
New beer just dropped called Mango Cart. Really good. Fresh off the presses. Unbelievable beer.
Used to drink that in the bars in fucking college.
What do you want to fuck a trophy, kids?
Just saying, it's been around forever.
Those have been, they've had permanent residence, I think, for a while.
So it's not.
Well, I think it's a thing from out there. Can't confirm. I don't know. My sister made it seem like it was a local delicacy.
No, it's definitely not. Those have been at every Tampa stadium for decades, dude.
Well, they were really good. Really good. Probably the best draft beer I've had. I put it above Spotted Cow. I go Mango Cart. I go Mick Ultra. I go Spotted Cow. That's my big 3 of draft beers.
Dude, no way we're putting Mick Ultra and Spotted Cow in the same conversation.
Just did. I'll do it again.
That's like saying I like LeBron and Kyle Korver.
Well, Kyle Korver, Krabs guy.
Krabs guy, but
I don't blame you.
Not LeBron.
And how about Mitchell Parker throwing a fucking gem and still going less than his fantasy score? Riddle me that one.
That was huge.
I still can't get over that. Chat, no way it's actually that popular. And yeah, Mick Ultra is my favorite beer ever, chat. Give me a break. Krabs just an honest guy out there just figuring it out. Cola. I mean, yeah, man. I'm speaking from the heart. Always do. That's one thing you don't got to worry about me. I'm never bullshitting you. You guys think it's all rage bait beer. It's not.
From chat.
Okay, tell me how that's a me guy beer. Like, tell me what that even means. What does that even mean?
I don't know, but it sounds right. Sounds right.
You want to know what a me guy move is? The Padres selling an Alex Dickerson baseball for $60. That's a me guy move.
That is such a me guy move.
You want to know what else is a me guy move? Breaking out a chain when you're in the middle of the biggest slump of the season, when your team's about to get swept by the Reds.
Knew it was coming.
Me guy move, chat. 2 words. Me guy move.
Dude, maybe he just wanted to flex on Ellie, Krabs. He knows Ellie always comes iced out. He just wanted to flex on Ellie.
Bro, I'm about to just use this ball to like play catch with. It's not even worth shit.
You want to know what another me guy move is?
Sure.
Putting the Nats on your sharp part for the first play.
Attaboy Gates. Attaboy Gates. Well, if I wasn't damn near perfect, knock on wood, with my Nats takes this season, and by the way, nobody talks about it, nobody cares. But I've been damn near perfect on my Nats takes on Prize Picks, on the books, you name it. I even called a Josh Bell home run on Monday. Nobody brought it up one time. Not once. Not once. Nobody's talking about it. until I just did right now and probably jinxed it. First 5 under 4 in the Nats and Padres. Locked this one in this morning. I'm seeing a lot of 3.5s aloof. I get it. Okay, I see them hanging around. I still like the 3.5. Certainly some push potential. I'd rather have the 4. But Mackenzie Gore, who has like a 5 ERA, over a 5 ERA against his former team and only a couple starts. I think he has his best start of his career against his former team. Not his best start of his career ever, but his best start he's had yet against his former team. On the roads, I think he puts foot down after a couple mid-starts, and he shuts down this Padres team that's not very good against lefties. You saw what happened against Mitchell Parker. If Mitchell Parker can do that, imagine what Mackenzie Gore can go out there and do today. I got full confidence in Mackenzie Gore. After a couple rough outings, I think he locks back in against his former team. I think he looks angry up there on the bump like he typically does when he pitches his best. He looks like he's so pissed off. I think he goes out there and shoves against a team that's overrated against lefties. And then Nick Pivetta. I think he pitches even better. I'll be honest. I didn't have the sack to put the less than 4.5 hits allowed on the Sharp Report, but I certainly like that square as well. We'll talk about that in a moment. I think he goes out there and shoves. His home and away splits this season are astounding. This will be the one case I square up today. And I take an angle that makes a lot of sense on the diamond. But he has been damn near unhittable, knock on wood, at his home ballpark this season. I don't think that changes tonight. After a bunch of runs in the first couple games, well, for the Nats, a lot of runs. Yesterday, 3 for them. The last 2 weeks of the season, for them, it's pretty good. But after game 1, splooge fest. After yesterday, Nats keeping it close, hanging around. I think Pivetta goes out there and absolutely shoves against the Nats today. I like his less than hits allowed. And I like the Padres, honestly, to probably win this game, but you won't see me fade my Nats. Not when these games matter so much for Coach. And for Mackenzie Gore to go out there and stop the bleeding after 2 pretty bad starts. Love Mackenzie Gore today. We'll talk about him a little bit more here in a moment. Total in this game opened up at 8.5. Super juicy to the under. Immediately dropped to 8. And then this morning, it's at 7.5. And now the 7.5 under is super juicy. Get on board while you still can. Give me the first 5 under. Yes, I still like it at 3.5. If you have 4 there, lay the juice and take it. Some serious push potential. But I think we get 2 gems from both starting pitchers in San Diego today, Jovan.
I'm in.
Yep. We got some subbies coming in. Wow. And bits. Subbies and bits. We got that boy Co coming in. Sure we can. He says tailing. W's. We got a hype train. Closed up at level 4. Appreciate you guys. Shamway coming in, dropping guards ML. We'll talk about the guards. We'll talk about it. Flatwoods Fella coming in, dropping 25 bits. Let's go, Flatwoods Fella. Atta boy.
Flatwoods.
2 words, big bat gems. Gems. Okay? Was downtown for years. Now I'm in Bay Park. You guys are making connections in the chat. W Mush, and W City. Okay? And yeah, I told my guy Cola in the chat. He kept asking me for straight bets over the weekend when I wasn't locking him in. Or in my San Diego trip. Couldn't lock him in, obviously, but he was asking me for some straight bets. And I was like, dude, just keep taking the alt over in the Nats games. It was the Dodgers last game of the series where they splooged, and it was the first game, Nats Padres. 2 great alt overs. Hope you tailed those, Cola. Hope you tailed those puppies. And yeah, Chaco, let's stay hot on this first 5 run. Got another one for you guys right here. 2, actually. But we'll start out with this under in a pitcher's park. 2 gems in Petco Park this afternoon. Okay?
Need that.
Sure. All right. Let's swing it around. I want to see Jovan's first straight bet. How about some runs? Sure.
Runs in Kaufman. Game went under yesterday because we got the super rare, just legacy Taj start, which had me busting because I was not expecting it. But now Drew Rasmussen's coming back. The difference, I guess, is that Taj yesterday got a lot more whiffs because, I mean, that's what Taj is. He's pretty much generate whiffs or busts. And when he busts, it's going to be a lot of home runs, a lot of hard contact. The Royals really don't have that in their bag right now. They haven't for a while. That's why the offense has been so moose. Like when they face these pitchers, and I guess they don't strike out very much, but when they just have an overall bad approach against one of those guys at the plate, it gets ugly, and it did yesterday. But now Drew Rasmussen's coming in, who I love, even though he's been giving up a couple more runs than he did at the start of the season lately. It's been because he's slowly and steadily been facing teams that strike out less and less as we get through like this part of the season, and the Royals are probably, I think by the numbers, the worst matchup in that area that he's had all season. So I think he gives up some runs in this game, which probably would explain why. I mean, Taj was coming off of a horrid start yesterday, and they're facing Bubic, and that total was lower than this one is, which I thought was odd at first glance, especially with Michael Walker on the other side, who's been really good for the majority of the season, but especially recently he's been nails. But now that the Rays lineup is constructed like it is now, with Yandy being at the top, most likely, he's seeing beach balls. You got Mangum in there, you got Simpson in there, you got Josh Lowe in there, Aranda in there. I bring up those guys in specific because the way that you beat Michael Walker is not with like just absolute power surges. It's, you have to nickel and dime him to death. So like Rays lineups of the past have really struggled against Michael Walker, but that's because they were built like this. It was a lot more like strikeout heavy. They didn't have like any guys that did shit with soft contact, but now you do. It's like I think this is another pretty big problem matchup wise for Michael Walker, and we're going to see some runs. And I especially think we're probably going to see some runs late in this game, unlike yesterday. So taking some over 9 action.
Look, an over in that stadium can be sketchy at times, but whenever you see a high total like that, always piques my interest. Certainly, and a total opened up at 9 with the good stats, but these starting pitchers have. I know Raz is coming back. He's got that 2.6 ERA though, and then Waka, the seasoned veteran's been so consistent, so reliable, that 3.24 ERA, and a total opens up at 9 in this game. Sure, I'm down to back some runs. I'm in. I was looking at some of Waka's squares earlier. He's got that 2.5 run runs allowed square. It's probably a good sign, right?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting all of his squares and lines and everything to look like they did today. It was a little surprising. I thought they're going to give him a little more respect. I know the Rays are red hot, but weird.
Certainly a good sign seeing his 25.5 fantasy score after he dropped a 40 piece on the Rangers in that last game, right?
Yeah, the Rangers are just horrid.
I'm in. I like that play. I do. Back at some runs off of 2 solid arms. Rasmussen, though, coming back from an injury, I believe, and Waka has been pretty darn good, but looking at prize picks, he might get mucked up by some pretty hot bats in Tampa. And Tampa opening up at -145, a good sign for your Rays as well. I know the Royals are catching some steam here at home, but hopefully it's, Tampa Bay's bats carrying the weight here and getting a Waka, and you can get a win as well.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if they get to Waka early enough, like they're going to put up 10 runs, which would be good.
Okay. All right. We'll come back to that other over because I got some questions about it. I do.
Sure.
We'll talk about it. Swinging around, Goots. Another straight bet here. Kind of square, but not really if you look at, how Flaherty's pitched in his last couple starts, to be honest with you. I'm taking Flaherty. I'm taking the Tigers. First 5 -0.5. Don't let the Tigers get hot. It might be too late. They were really reeling for a little bit. They're struggling. But they are coming off of 2 straight W's. And the Athletics, after they finally kind of figured it out, they're coming off of 3 straight L's. So we're going to lean into this little mini streak narrative here and back the Tigers to stay hot, but I want to do it early. You can make an argument, sure, keep the bullpens in it, take the -1.5 on the spread at plus chicken for the full game, but you guys know how I feel about -1.5s for home teams. I don't like them. I don't take them. I just don't. I've just seen too much cake. And maybe this hits. It probably does. But I found another way to back Flaherty and the Tigers here. Flaherty coming off of 2 dog shit starts. You couldn't have 2 worse starts
Really
in
bad.
his last 2 outings. You really could.
Shout out his last start. He pretty much lost the Tigers the series because they needed him to they're coming off the doubleheader and they needed him to pitch pretty deep so the bullpen wouldn't be destroyed for the series against the Rays. He got destroyed out the gate. Like literally lost in the series.
Unbelievable. 2 of the worst starts you could ever have back-to-back for Flaherty. Got that ERA all the way up to a 4.83. Oh, after a pretty solid start to the season, that sucks. He's blowing it. Well, I think he locks back in and does just enough against the Athletics today. And I'm a Lopez guy. I like this, young lefty for the Athletics, but look at some of his prize pick squares today. I think he gets hit up. He's been pretty solid. He's getting his stats down. He's got that ERA down to a 4.25, but unfortunately for him, I think the Tigers get to him early and often. You've seen the juice flip on this total after a super juicy under where it opened up. Now we're seeing a juicy over, and you're going to start seeing some 9s popping up. You already are at a couple books. I think that's a good sign for the Tigers bats that have not been great overall of late, but the last couple games have shown some heart. They put up an 11 spot in that last game. I think they carry that momentum into today. They score some runs early against my guy Lopez, and Flaherty has a bounce back start. Give me the first 5 -0.5 for the Tigers. Get in, get out.
I'm with you. Definitely in the gut. I think Lopez gives up a couple turkeys today. It's a tough matchup for him. He's been solid recently, but don't know if this is it. Also, shout out Gaines Bets. for the gifted subber.
Yeah.
W
Let's go
Gaines.
Gaines bets. And a
Something
boy.
like that.
Talk about the opposite of Aaron Judge. Team player, giving out a sub to the people. Not
Gaines
even
bet.
resubbing himself. Right? Giving one out to the peeps. Let's go Gaines bets.
Gaines bets.
Sure. W's. All right. Let's talk about that Yankees over, Jovan. Because you're going to need the Reds bats to stay hot. That's for sure.
Yeah, and every time, again, this one obviously has a little bit of a Great American tax, but every time, knock on wood, we're seeing high totals, weirdly high totals with Fried involved, whether it's the Yankees bats or whoever they're playing come into life a little bit. Those have treated us pretty well. So, like, I see another one here that's like teetering between 9 and 9.5. But I think the Reds, we've talked about this for a while now. They're starting to play great ball, and that lineup is progressively getting better against left-handed pitching. And it's partially because of like who they have in the lineup now. Like Stevenson's back in the lineup. Some of like the righties are back, like CES, who are seeing left-handed pitching decently well. So like the pop's there. It's Max Fried. So like you can't expect him to go out there and give up 6 runs. If that happens, great. But I think he's going to get head up a little bit. But the thing on the other side is we just had that long extra inning game last night where the Reds, who Brady Singer is on the mound, and I think he has a pretty piss poor matchup, as bad as the Yankees have been offensively, but they need depth out of him, which this reminds me of what we were just talking about with Jack Flaherty against the Rays, where he needed to go deep in the game to avoid the bullpen being absolutely destroyed, both for that game and the next. And he wasn't able to do it because he got shelled early in the matchup. The team was super patient and put him in a really bad pitch count spot. Brady Singer needs to go deep because this bullpen has essentially no arms right now because they've been used the last couple games, but especially last night. So I think Brady Singer is in a pretty rough spot too. He needs to keep the ball on the ground. As bad as the Yankees have been, they're really good at getting the ball in the air. Definitely helps when you're in Great American, and a couple of those might go out today. So I think maybe we're leaning on the Yanks bats a little bit, but I think especially late in this game off the bullpen, especially if Singer isn't incredibly efficient, that runs could come in absolute bunches. So I do think the Reds bats will be alive against Fried and not get completely shut down, but I think the Yanks, if they play their cards right, might splurge.
Well, you better hope Aaron Judge gets an off day today.
I don't know if I want that.
He's a taco today. Discount.
Yeah. I mean, you know what Brady Singer does? Whenever he gets in trouble like this, he starts walking guys. I think last time we were talking about this, he literally walked in multiple runs in an inning. So, I mean, God forbid, especially with Judge involved, that could happen.
You're right. And good call, Big Bad. Keep me honest. Hot dog discount. Not a taco.
Hot dog.
Tacos are
Your
for
favorite.
Tuesdays. What am I talking about? Right?
Tacos are for Tuesdays.
Also,
hot dogs are for Wednesdays and Joey Chestnut competitions.
You see Joey Chestnut catching some steam on that square, huh? You see that movement? I've been
You're
monitoring
the
it.
Chestnut's team.
It's moving up.
I know.
It's moving up. I'm kind of blown. I was surprised it opened up below 70, and now it's above 70. So I guess they like what they're seeing. It's crazy. They're probably out there doing research, and they're bumping up Chestnut's number. I forget how many he ate that one time when he broke the record. I think it was like 75.
He's been grinding his dogs per minute.
Has he been getting those dogs per minute up?
Yeah, I've been seeing videos.
If I was him, I would be working more on the chews per second, Goots. That could end up being huge down the line on the home stretch.
You heard him.
What are you gonna do if he comes out? He comes out to that stage with a iced out hot dog pendant.
Well, I'm probably gonna doubt his commitment to the game. To be honest with you, I'm probably gonna doubt how locked in he is, and I'm gonna hope I have the less than locked in, and I certainly probably will at that point.
Yeah, dude, his dunk speed is in the shitter.
You want to release, a new chain that you're rocking? Sure, you do that on the streets. You do that when you're going out to dinner. You do that, you're taking your girl on a date. You do that when you're out, in public having a good time. Maybe you're at some sort of, Fanatics Fest or something like that. Why are we debuting chains during a game when your team is struggling the most? Priorities are out of whack.
You gotta flex on Ellie, Krabs.
It didn't work. It didn't work. Is flexing on Ellie batting 200? Because that's his fucking batting average with the new chain.
I mean, it might be.
The way Ellie's been playing this year, it might be, to be honest with you. Shout out Krabby Patty, love you, G.
Ellie's
Capitals.
What are we talking about?
Capitals. I'd rather have CJ Abrams than Ellie De La Cruz.
Krabs.
I would.
Like, I love CJ, and I'm not saying it's insane to say that, but saying it so definitively is just nuts.
Please move on.
We can move. but I'd rather have CJ.
I mean,
That's
CJ is doing what? Let's say
CJ's ball.
287 with 11 home runs and 26 RBIs. Ellie is 274 with 18 nukes and 55 RBIs.
Plays in a hitter's park. Has a better team, better lineup.
I mean, he sure as fuck doesn't have James Wood hitting behind him.
CJ bats lead off.
Yeah. Ellie
Why he only has 25 ribbies.
I mean, Ellie hits second.
Well, that's a huge difference. Huge difference.
You don't get RBIs in the first. That's all I'll say that.
Yeah. Jovan, check phone. It's important from the chat. Okay. Why don't we talk about my last straight bet here?
Nah, I'm blocking Trent's number, dude. I'm blocking him. I'm done.
Let me say.
You don't even want to know.
Okay.
Blocking him.
Okay. All right. Mariners on the ML, folks. I am fading Joe Ryan. Sorry, Goots. I am backing George Kirby, who has a 6 ERA this season. But looking at prize picks, I think the Mariners stay hot. I think they put up a couple against Joe Ryan, put up a couple against that bullpen. The Twins stay cold. We talk about streaks all the time on the show. I try to remind you guys at least once a week. What do we do about streaks on the Diamonds? We don't fade them. We back them. And right now the Mariners are playing good ball for the first time in a couple weeks. And right now the Twins have lost 5 in a row. So what do? We find a nasty spot catching steam with a dog on the roads and back Kirby at plus chicken, barely at this point. Hopefully you can still get plus chicken. It was plus 120 when it opened. Now it's down to like plus 105 most places. We fade Joe Ryan, who's been nails. We back Kirby, who's got twice as high of an ERA. We back the fucking Mariners to stay hot. And when they're 5th out of 6 games, we back the Twins to lose their 6th game in a row. Give me the red hot Mariners. Give me Kirby to go out there. This one simply means more for him as he tries to get back to where he's supposed to be. And that's one of the better young arms in baseball. We know he's going to be accurate. He's looked a little bit better in his last couple starts than he did when he first got called up. I'll back Kirby in the red hot M's, whose bats have been at least good enough over the last week or so for me to have some confidence. And Joe Ryan's got a couple squares up there that make me think he might give up a couple hits, like that hits allowed square. Now, the strikeout square scares me a hair, but Mariners strike out a little bit. So the fact that it's at 7 isn't ideal, but I can work with it, especially with that Joe Ryan hits allowed square. So fading Joe Ryan, back in the Mariners on the ML, and then leaning into that Mariners bullpen to hopefully close this puppy out at plus chicken. I'll take him to stay hot.
Yeah, I'm in on that. I think they'll score off of Joe Ryan too, which could be huge.
Okay. W's. And again, chat, appreciate all you guys. Gains, bets, capitals, that boy Co. coming in hot. Sham Wei coming in hot. You guys are fucking goated. Mark Scar, Not a Mush, Auto Gelato, YGF, Prime, Sade. People forget Sade started everything off with a 10-unit bomb.
Sade sets the platter. It's goated.
Sade comes in here like Josh Bell against his old team, the Padres, hitting second deck Nukenheimers. Let's go, Sade.
I mean, saying he comes in like Josh Bell might not be, I guess, the most goated comparison.
Yeah. Just in that one at bat.
Yeah, just in that one.
Okay. Ron, good to see you in the chat. I saw you in that PLL video. That's fucking epic. I saw that you went to Chaps Pit Beef. Great spot in Baltimore as well. Hope you had yourself a Sunday. Looks like you did, Ron. You're famous. You're in the PLL vids. Also, shout out to PLL. They just extended their ESPN deal for another 5 years. WPLL, going to keep growing, keep moving, keep grooving. They're killing it over there. WPLL. Okay? Dubs. Let's move. Let's groove. Krabs, you see that Cal half a run chart, Captain Slim? Oh, my God. I can't keep fading our goats. That's why it doesn't fucking work. Because we talked about Cal Raleigh 2 years ago on the show, and he was still fat. Now look at him. He's the best hitter in baseball, number 1. The best.
Literally him.
So whenever we fade him, it's not going to go well. Okay? Dubs. Cal owns Joe Ryan. I hope so, Big Bat. We're going to need him today. All right. Swinging around. Jovan has one more straight bet here for the peeps. Somebody in the chat subbed and said Guards ML Shamway. Excited to hear why you like him, Jovan.
Shout out Shamway. Part of it is fading the debut today. Coming back today for the first time, Krabs.
Ooh.
Max fucking for the Jays. Which, God knows what his leash is going to look like today. I can only assume it's not going to be incredibly long. I'm not going to let him go
Right.
100 pitches, but it's a really weird team, I guess, to go up against because they're striking out more than usual, but they're still like a team where you grind out a lot of at-bats, top of the lineup there, whether you have Quan, whether you have J-Ram, which Quan's starting to see beach balls, but J-Ram's been there for a while now. It's just a weird lineup where I think some of them, first of all, I've seen him quite a bit, but the others, I think, are just touch matchups for him. So I'm not so sure that this is the best possible matchup you could have gotten on your way back. I know the Guardians offense, by the numbers, is like not one to scare you a ton. It's not like you're going out there and you're facing like a Rays the way they're hitting right now or anything like that. But I think the top of that lineup gives him some trouble, and I don't think they're going to be striking out all that much today. And then when you get into that bullpen for a while, I mean, have fun again, especially if he's not super efficient and that pitch count or pitch limit, whatever he's at today, gets hit pretty early or earlier than expected. I think there could be a problem. But on the other side, Gavin Williams, he's weird because like he shouldn't be in the best spot matchup wise either. But the way that he's been pitching as of recent, it's almost like beside the Giants, I think it's made a little bit of sense that he pitched well against them. The weirder matchup he has, the better he pitches. Like against a lot of these teams that strike out and chase all that much, they're not chasing on the stuff, and he's had pretty shit outings. But against these teams that strike out a little bit less, he's actually put together really good starts. And you've seen these Jays team already where he had a little bit of like a walk problem, to say the least. He only gave up 2 in 5 innings or 4 innings, but he walked 5 of them. But he also had 9 strikeouts. That was like the weirdest start, I think I've seen from him all season. Now seeing him again, I think he's a lot more comfortable just pounding it in the zone and making them hit it, which again, it's not to discount the Jays because they've been seeing the ball super well and they're a tough lineup to face too. But it's almost like when he has it in his mind that he can't pitch for the strikeout, he pitches much better. It's like against the Jays now, again, they like struck out 9 times against them the first start, but they're a patient lineup that really doesn't chase all that much. So I don't think that's going to happen again. Pitched in the zone because that's when he's been at his best instead of they're trying to get chased when he's not getting chased. So I think he pitches pretty well today. And the longer we get, I think, against that Jays bullpen, the better.
Okay. I could get down with it. Guardians on the ML here. Certainly. You got the hat on and everything.
Yeah, completely unintentional.
Could be the difference.
Could be.
We got Lane Wilson with some clickbait in the Twitch chat. You know who's better than Gore? Dustin May. Dude respects the game. He's just trying to get my head to pop off my body. And I'll tell you right now, Lane, you were close. You were close. Okay? Talk about why the Rangers are minus 200. We could talk about them in a sec.
Yeah,
okay?
They should not be minus 200 or anywhere close.
We've got a question in the YouTube from Kyle Burnt. Why does it matter if a play catches steam? I hope that's a serious question. I'm happy to answer it. Love teaching you guys up or at least helping you guys think the right way when it comes to betting on sports. And this is a great question. Why does it matter if a play catches steam? Let me ask you this. Let me take a step back. Who would you say is typically smarter? An everyday bettor or the books? Who's smarter? Who has more info? Who's more knowledgeable? Who's better? Unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, it's the latter. It's the books. They're just too good. They're too smart. And 9 times out of 10, maybe 8 times out of 10, it's not all about steam, but it certainly matters a little bit. 8 times out of 10, a team's catching steam. I'm certainly leaning that way because the books either have new info, they're either moving lines because somebody sharp is betting on it, right? If it was a cake play, they wouldn't move the line that way. If all the money was coming in and they were so confident that play was losing, they are more than okay with taking all that coins. I used to think, back in the day, they just want to get even handle. They don't want that. They're trying to maximize profits in the Big 2-5. It's facts. And if they want to move lines, it's for a reason. Okay, this ain't mom and pa's books. This ain't, 1900s where they're just trying to get 50-50 handle and eat the juice. No. They're getting you on the juice and they're being smart. And they're moving lines only when they think there's a reason to. Whether that's them getting new info, whether that's them knowing something that you don't, or whether that's because respected money's coming in on a play. Those are all things that can move a line, right? And that's typically the side that I want to be on. Not all the time. Okay, we do fade steam every so often, and it's okay to. You just don't want to make a habit out of it because 8 times out of 10, if you're on a sides or a total or a bet that's catching steam, it's usually a good thing. Okay? I stand by that.
No,
I do.
Use some,
it's not everything,
situational,
but it's important.
You can make some situational decision making out of it too. Like if a guy's coming off of a no hitter and he's facing a dog shit team and the dog shit team's getting a bunch of steam, probably a good sign of what's going to happen. Situations like that. Obviously, that was a exaggeration of a situation, but you get the point.
Yeah. Like Lucas is saying in the YouTube, maybe they're moving it. Maybe they're changing lines to confuse you. God, everybody thinks that these lines are predictions of what's going to happen in the game. It's not. These lines are set to get you to bet on the wrong things. That is facts. They're not projections. If you want projections, go look at fucking ESPN BPI. You want projections? Go run some sims. Okay? They do run a bazillion sims, but then they go in and they tinker with the lines and they get you to bet on the wrong shit. That's what they do. Okay? They are not projections of what's going to happen. They are set to get you to take the wrong thing and you lose money and then make money. It's that simple. And the sooner you guys understand that, the better off you'll be. Okay? I hope that helps. Lucas, you're not wrong. Sometimes, books are fucking with you. They're trying to get you to bet on the wrong things. Yeah, it happens. I've seen it before and we'll see it again. Okay? Let's move. Let's groove. Guards play. Do I have another straight bet for the peeps? No, we got some squares. How about Dick Fitz?
Dick Fitz. Remember the last time this happened?
Fitz?
Him against the Angels, Krabs. This was the...
Beef Stewski said, so why are we not betting more dogs? We bet a lot of dogs, Beef Stewski, more than most. Jovan?
A lot of them.
Say what you were saying again because it was very smart.
The Dick Fitz last outing, if people remember, I think the squad ride was that over, and that was the time he gave up 1 million home runs, including worst pitch of year. This probably still has the top spot, the Trout, where he hit 1 billion feet over the monster. That was the start in Fenway.
Yep. He literally pitched 1 inning, I believe, in that outing. I don't think he made it out of the second inning. Gave up 7 runs in his last start to the same team, Jovan. And now they're putting it up again at 2.5, and the under's juicy on the books. I want in. Sign me up, Dick Fitz. You're about to give the offense you're facing some fits. He's about to go out there and shove for DJ Fitz and for the rest of the chat who tells. Richard Fitz, a.k.a. Dick Fitz. Less than 2.5 earned runs allowed today. Extremely confident in this square. My favorite square of the day today is back in Dick Fitz to go out there and shove after debatably the worst start of all time. Against the same team.
Funny because that was his last start, and that was 3 weeks ago. They just brought him,
he hasn't
back
pitched
for this.
Which I love because, number one, he's not going to pitch as long. The leash won't be as long, especially considering he just got mucked up by the same team. If he's struggling, they're getting him out of there. Give me Dick Fitz less than 2.5 earned runs allowed.
And
Mackenzie Gore, do I even have to sell it, man? Come on.
No, not really. Not too much.
Mackenzie Gore is shoving for the first time against his former team. He gets it done on the road in a pitcher's park after we've seen runs in the series so far. Okay. First night it was from the Nats mainly. Second night it was a little bit more from the Padres. Tonight, we get an absolute gem. We get a pitcher's duel from both guys. And I'm taking Mackenzie Gore coming off of 2 pretty mid starts to go out there and shove against his former squad. This one simply means more. He has yet to pitch well against them. I guarantee it's what he wants most in life right now, is to go out there and shut out his former team. They gave up on him. They traded him in that Soto deal. Guys, sometimes you got to cap the human aspect. And right here, I'm doing it. Mackenzie Gore, more than fantasy score. Buy low. After his 2 worst games of the season, get involved. Sure.
Sure. Do we the difference?
Yeah. All right, let's see those squares. Drop them.
Let's get Chandler up and moving.
Right.
Obviously would take a fantasy score because in all likelihood he gets on basically stealing, but don't have that. Don't really think it'll matter. But I was talking about Michael Wacha and how I like runs in the game, but I also think it's a bad matchup for him for a reason, because the Rays have all of these guys that nickel and dime you to death, and that's really the only thing you can do against Michael Wacha consistently. Chandler Simpson has to be one of those guys and happens to be one of those guys. So I don't really know where he's going to hit today. It could be leadoff. It could be in the 7-hole. God knows what Kevin Cash is going to do, but I really don't think it'll matter because Wacha lives off of just kind of jamming guys and getting them to roll over a little bit or just hit the ball pretty soft in the air. If Chandler Simpson does that, that's fine because that's exactly what he wants to do. He just wants to use his speed as a part of that. So guys like him and Jake Mangum, I don't even think have to get the ball out of the infield to get hits in this game, which is why, I mean, not a crazy take. Jake Mangum has the most infield hits, I think, in the MLB by a lot. And Chandler would probably be right there had he been up in the like on the actual team all season. But
Right.
he's one of the guys that I think is going to do it. Love his matchup. He'll be getting involved in the base pass surely too. So when a fantasy score, if it comes up later, we'll be taking that too. But in on Chandler, then guy that's starting to see. I don't know if we'll give him the beach ball title yet, but he's starting to hit much better. I think he's hitting 300 over the past month. Nobody's really talking about it. J-Rod, who's in that matchup against the Twins and Joe Ryan, like you were talking about earlier, which a lot of the big change, even though I think two games ago, he just had that home run, which broke his streak. He hadn't had one for a while now. Okay, Trent.
Just keep talking, bro. Who gives a fuck?
Tatis, right? But
Keep
J-Rod's
talking.
been mucking. J-Rod's been mucking. Now I think he has a great match. He's also seen Joe Ryan a little bit. So now, like, I think you're going to see him in a spot where he doesn't have to use his power, which has been the big thing. He's kind of changed. He's swinging a little lighter now, so he's going for more average, which is why he's been hitting so well. He's also been a little more active on the base pass. So I think I'm with you on the Mariners. I think they're going to get to Joe Ryan a little bit in this game, and I think J-Rod's going to be a big part of it. So I'm on his fantasy.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Right? He's kind of mid these days. People are bitching on the feed about him changing his swing compared to his rookie year. I've seen all these clips.
Power hasn't been there recently, but I think it's intentional.
Okay. Excited. It's Andrew. I will lock this in and I will drop the link for you here in a second. Okay. For now, let's go to Pickett Pro, Pickett Pro, and take a peep at some of these other games we have not talked about yet. Jovan? Oh, yeah, we could talk NBA draft real quick.
Sure.
I really just want Jovan's thoughts on his Heat, and if he has any other comments about the draft, and W Graphic, by the way. W Goods. Curious about your thoughts on, maybe we could start with the Wizards and then talk Heat and then talk any takes we've got. But who do we think the Wizards are taking at 6?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know because I thought it was such a, if he gets there, like Con Kneppel's the biggest wizard of all time.
Right.
And especially now that they have like a scorer role. I assume with the Jordan Poole trade, they're freeing up, I guess, a little space for a spot up guy, because I assume they would want CJ to handle the ball a little bit too, because he's talked about wanting to do that in some space of the offense. And obviously you have Bub, who they want to keep letting, I guess, get that role too. It's like Con Kneppel would make a ton of sense if he gets there. Fears would make some sense too, even though I really am not a Jeremiah Fears guy.
Okay.
But I don't really know, Krabs.
I want Rizzy Fears.
You want Rizzy Fears.
And I feel like the trade we just made makes getting Rizzy Fears a lot of sense at 6. We don't have a point guard. We don't. He ain't a point guard. He's got to be a 2, in my opinion.
I don't know.
I think he's better as a 2.
I don't know.
Bub's good. But Bub ain't an upgrade from, Tyus Jones a couple years ago, to be honest with you. He's not moving needle. He's not taking his team to the playoffs yet. He can only do so much. It's only his second year. Love Bub running with the 2s, being a backup point guard. Sure.
Yeah.
Or 2. We need a point guard. We need a guy who can get to the rack, create offense, decent passer, a guy who, sure, he needs to improve his three-point shooting. He's got a sub 30% three-point percentage from this past season, but that's something they can work on, they can fix. He gets to the rack. He's a leader. He's grown a ton over the last year. Imagine how much more he can grow with some NBA evaluators, NBA coaches. I think a lot. I think the sky's the limit for Rizzy Fears. I want the Wizards to draft him. Who do I think we draft? I think we go Ace Bailey, or I think we go Maluk. And if we draft Maluk,
that would be horrible.
I'm out.
Horrible.
I'm out. I can't do it. I can't do it. I want this on record. If the Wizards draft Maluk from Duke, I'm out of the NBA. I'm done. I'm done. I'm no longer a Wizards fan. I no longer watch or bet on the NBA. I will do WNBA content. I will be a Mystics fan. I'll go to the brunch before the game on the weekends. All you can eat, all you can drink. I'll be a supporter.
No way Malawak's pushing you to the WNBA.
Yep. Malawak.
To the WNBA.
If the Wizards draft Malawak, I'm out. I can't do it. I can't do it. If they draft, the slowest basketball player I've ever seen move, slower than Edie. If we draft him thinking he's the answer after we just drafted a center last year in SAR, I swear to God. I can't do it. I can't do it. If we draft him, I'm done. You won't see a Wizards affiliation from me anymore. Enough is enough.
That'd be knock. That'd be
Can't
knock.
do it. Can't do it. Okay. Who do you want the Heat to take? I know you saw that video going viral of Walter Clayton talking about who he'd want to get dinner with, and he named your coach twice.
Yeah.
Must have had a good convo with coach, huh?
Yeah. I'm cool with Walter. Let me tell you that. And I think it's pretty set in stone at this point. So I'm rocking with it. I don't really think there's like a guy that they have been linked to that I'm not okay with. It's like I'm, as much as Pat Riley's pissed me off with gatekeeping Haywood Highsmith for KD trade, which don't get me started on that. I do trust him in this draft because I don't think there's too many wrong spots you can go to with these guys. But Walter Clayton, of course, top of mind, and I would absolutely bust.
Okay. Anybody else you'd want? Potentially?
I mean, it's not really anybody I'm dying for. God forbid this guy slides and he gets there, which I don't think he's going to get there. I think, honestly, he might be one of the guys that nobody realizes is going to rise as much as he has, but Cedric Coward gets there. I think he has the chance to be one of the best players not named Cooper Flagg in this whole draft, but he's probably going to be like right on the outside of the lottery. But God forbid he somehow slid that far to the Heat. I'd bust. I'd actually bust. But I guess the other guy they've been talking about for a little bit was McNeely, and I wouldn't hate that either, just because we need more shooters.
I was about to say, would love McNeely. I think he's going to be a good ball player in the league. I do.
Yeah, that would be a solid Heat guy.
Yeah, could see it working out. Maybe even better than Jaime Jaquez did, and he was pretty solid.
Yeah, Jaime, another guy that was just gate kept in that trade, just unbelievable.
Yep. Ace Bailey to the Wizards, I'd be fine with. Yay, lads. It better work. If we're drafting the ultimate me guy, it better work. But that could be what this team needs.
Horrible decision. Horrible decision.
Yeah, we'll see. Talent's there.
That's the last thing you need is a me guy there, especially one that with that team, you need a well-constructed offense. The last thing you need is another Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma, which Ace Bailey is not only like a me guy after all the shit that's going on in the draft process, but realistically, he just takes horrible shots and his shot making makes up for it at times. That's the last thing you need in that offense.
Will you agree that, looking at realistic-ish options at the 6th spot, that he probably still has the highest ceiling now?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
And I kind of think that's what the Wizards need to do.
The talent's not in question as much as it is just, I think his fit in DC would be horrid.
Okay.
And for what it's worth, too, I mean, that Pelicans team now, the fit would be also horrid.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Wizards suck, I know. Pool party with Zion, I'm blown. All my Wizards fan buddies are blown. They're hurt.
Pool, Zion, and Ace Bailey would be so bad. God.
That's too many me guys.
That's a lot of me guys. Obviously, Zion's probably going to play for 20 games max, but even just Poole and Ace Bailey is hilarious.
Okay. See, Snowman, I see what Jovan's saying, but I don't necessarily 100% agree because I think our team is missing a guy who's a star, or at least thinks he's a star. We have a lot of team players. We got a lot of glue guys. We have a lot of good young talents. We need a guy who's jacking shots. We need a guy who I feel should have the rock in his hands with the game tied with 10 seconds left. We don't have that guy.
You need a guy that's like super aggressive, but like also a playmaker. So like, it's not me saying that like there's a incredibly better option there, but like you have the pieces around them where I think if you get a guy that can play with the ball in his hands and like sure be aggressive and be a scorer, but also be like an adequate playmaker, like I feel like that would work. Which Fears is a good playmaker, I guess, but like obviously they're not going to get a guy like a Dylan Harper or Trey Johnson, but I'm talking about like that playmaking ability is what you need in that offense.
Okay. Yeah, people forget we do not have Jordan Poole anymore, chat. Okay? If that got slipped through the cracks, I understand if you're not keeping up with your Wizards trades. But yeah, he's gone. He's gone. We traded him for a vending machine and an empty fucking Lay's chip bag.
You know who I think, I guess that I'm looking at the top 10 now, would be a super sneaky best option for them.
Who?
I think Igor would be fantastic.
Well, we love our foreign guys. Igor Demon.
Yeah. I was looking at like draft bets and him potentially sneaking. I think his position was 11.5. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, but it was definitely above the top 10. I would not be shocked. He's also like such a draft guy that's going to go a lot higher than I think people realize, just because he's a tall as shit point guard that has great playmaking ability and like a developable shot.
He's Denny
NBA
Avdia.
teams, yeah, and NBA teams foam at the mouth for that shit.
I know. And the Wizards certainly do as well.
Yeah,
they do. Okay, let's move real quick. I want to check some splits on Pickett Pro in the Pirates game while I lock that in, because I'm going to take the Pirates first 5 ML, I believe, with you, Jovan. Would love to check out the splits on Pickett Pro for that game, see what people are betting on. I wouldn't be shocked if the Brew Crew are public here. Yeah, look at that. The Brew Crew against Paul Skeens is public. People are buying into the shiny new toy, Jovan. Right?
Sure.
Let's fade him. I'm locking it in right now. Chat, if you want something responsibly tail this afternoon, take the edge off here a little bit. Let's go Pirates first 5 on the money line. Okay? Against the Brew Crew. I'm locking it in right now as we speak. And while we do, Goots, why don't you go ahead and run that shit? I'm trying to see that train. W's and WRAV hosting the Surge stream as well. We're back in your Pirates, man. Game starts in 12 minutes. First 5 money line. Love seeing the Pirates at -125, but -110 full game when everyone's already acting like Mizorowski is 10 times better than Paul Skeens. Oh, you guys are about to be reminded today. You're about to be reminded. And I'm excited, Jovan. This is the first time I've bet Paul Skeens, I think, all season. I think.
I think we took him against the Dodgers the one time, too.
Oh, you're right. A while ago. You're right. All right, Pirates, first 5 money line. I'm seeing -125. That ain't no problem. I'm laying that juice. Okay? Locked in. Jovan, your hat is making me feel like it's got to be the Guards, although you said it was a coincidence.
Yeah, it was
not
intentional at all.
How are you feeling about your Guards?
I like the Guards. Fading Mad Max in his season debut.
Yeah, surely that goes well for me. I do love the take, though. I do love the take. I do. And I'm down to fade. Look, if you fade anybody, especially a star coming back from an injury in their first start, you're in a good spot. 9 times out of 10. Knock on wood.
Usually, yeah.
We're putting the Guards in here or what?
Yeah, I'm down to the Guards in there.
Okay. Put the Guardians ML in this puppy. I'm in.
I'm interested out of your play. Is it the Nats that's really in the plums, or is it one of the other two?
I love the Nats and Padres first 5 under. Here's the problem. They're all at 3.5 now.
Okay.
I still think it hits. Excuse me. I do.
I mean, if it hits, it hits.
Okay. Let's put it in there. Nats, Padres first 5 under 3.5. It's a winner, chat. And it's a fucking winner. I think we either go 2 plays, 2 winners. Oh, you know what play I really like is the Rays Royals over as well.
Really?
I do. Can you put that in there too?
I'm down.
Okay. Rays Royals over 9. Okay. Let's go 3 plays, 3 winners. I love these 3 plays the best. Let's go 3 plays, 3 winners. Chat, I'm voting for my Nats under. I got a really good feeling about that puppy. Get involved.
Plums on Nats and a first 5. I'm in.
Get involved. Mackenzie Gore's about to shove. If there's any trouble, it'll be in the 6th. He goes out there, gives us 5 strong. We get a Pavetta gem as well. Go look at some of his squares if you don't believe. I'm locking in the Nats first 5 under 3.5. Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Hurry up. We should have 275, 300 votes. Every single person should be cashing in their vote right now. You have a minute and a half. Get involved. No reason we shouldn't have over, 200 votes. We got 350, 400 people in here. Get those votes in. Don't just sit there. Okay? Come on.
Good.
We got 40 votes right now in the Twitch chat. We need more. More. Come on. Get involved. Dead Larry Bird, I don't mind the cards. I don't like betting on Eric Fetty, but I kind of do like the cards. What worried me, though, about that game is fading Matthew Boyd. I've had zero luck fading Matthew Boyd. He's one of those pitchers that just goes out there and overperforms 9 times out of 10. Super annoying.
Yeah. It's always
Super
sharp
annoying.
to fade Matthew Boyd. Just
I
tapped
can't
out.
fade him. I can't do it. He's one of those lefties. He's like Martin Perez. I always bring him up because I'm scarred from all the coins I lost from him. He's one of those guys. You just can't fade. But I do like the play, and I wish you luck. We got JC Mercer coming in resubbing. Let's go, JC. Atta boy.
JC.
Get those votes in chat. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Don't be afraid of the first 5 under.
They're afraid of it.
Don't be afraid of it.
They're so
Right?
afraid of it.
I know. They're so scared. They're shaking in their boots. They're shaking in their boots. All right. Get those votes in chat. You got about 5 seconds left. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Get involved. Okay? Get those votes in chat. You guys want the guards. Okay. All right. Let's give you the guards on the ML. Sure. W's. All right. Stick around for the third stream. We've got Rav hosting. W Rav. Stick around. Give him a great sell job. Jovan, WBTL, feels good to be back. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place.